Welcome back to A Talk with Armani. And of course, I am your host, Armani Aman. When we talk about entertainment today, we talk about people that have the ability to do a multiple amount of things. Whether or not it's writing or singing or dancing or acting, it takes more than just one skill to get us to the title of entertainer. My next guest has attained that title. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Core Stacks. How are you?
How are you? It's nice seeing you.
It's nice seeing you. So
gorgeous.
Oh, well, thank you very much. But busy. Yes, you're very busy. You was just on the Fox highly anticipated Lee Daniels news show Star. How was that?
It was everything. It was everything. It was no ego.
Okay.
He was so nice to me. He made me feel like I was a real star.
Well, you are a real star.
Yeah, but I'm so used to doing music. Okay. So to have someone that high profile and not having no acting classes, and just put me in his feature, I appreciate that.
Oh, wow. I know that was very so how did you get to that point? Like, what happened?
Well, actually, I've heard about the auditions for the show. It was casting for extras.
Okay.
I end up coming there.
Okay.
And they loved my look. So they stepped me up and gave me a feature. So it was.
So basically, you went out, you said, you know what? I'm going to try this here thing. I'm going to answer the call for an extra.
Right.
And when you got there for the call of extra, not expecting anything other than the fact that, you know what? I believe in myself. So I'm going to go and roll the dice for this role. And you was expecting to be in the background and somebody was behind a camera and was like, wait a minute.
Right.
He's got that look. I want to know better. Wait a minute. And from there, what?
Yep.
Look at you.
Yep.
I know that's right.
I got 4 more projects that's coming on television.
Right.
So stay tuned.
Right, from an extra.
Right, from an extra.
So, wow. And I know now that when you're talking to people and, you're having the conversations, is it still like in your head, like I'm still trying to grasp it? Are you still trying to understand the wonderment of it all?
Yes, like I'm just not used to this. Like I'm not used to red carpets, people knowing your name, knowing what you do. Like I'm from DC.
Right, right.
I'm used to walking down the street in the hood.
Right, right.
So everything's just so new to me. So I'm just blessed and I'm grateful.
Right. So when you're working on, you said you got 4 more projects.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. I see that you write, and I know that you're multi-talented.
Yes.
Did you want to act? Like, was that the thing where you said...
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
No. I didn't. I didn't want to act because I felt like it was too soon. Like, I wanted to come in as a rapper, an artist. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when you do things... And it's not what you coming in for. It kind of confuses people.
Okay.
People feel like, oh, well, what is he? Is he trying to just do anything to stay relevant?
Right.
But it's not like
what
that.
People's opinion would be. But again, you know what I mean? Now I'm on this show, this critically acclaimed show. So it really don't matter what y'all think at this point.
Exactly.
Because, when the credits roll...
Exactly.
It don't even really matter. I know that's exciting. But, your support system to get to where you are, like you said, you come from D.C., you have your family is still in D.C.
Yes.
How do they feel about it? Like when you called home and said, hey, I met Lee Daniels.
Me and my mother wasn't the closest.
Okay.
So now, we've gotten so close. She's like my best friend now.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and
wait,
but
wait, it's some shade in that statement.
But you know what though? It's like, I feel like growing up as a child, I feel like, your parents really don't see the most in you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I don't think that she saw it at that time. So when I took the faith and said, you know what, I'm dropping DC and I'm leaving, and she's like, no, somebody gonna chop your head off. You can't go.
Oh, no, not your head.
Right. And being a parent.
Right.
I said, nah, I'm gonna go, whatever. I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? And I stepped out on faith. Now, I made her a believer. Yeah. I made my whole family a believer. I made people who hated on me back in D.C. who still don't want to give me my credit, but they have to now.
Right.
So, it all works out.
Yeah, it does.
But staying humble.
Yeah, you have to stay humble because regardless of what they didn't believe, you believe.
Exactly.
You know, and your belief is what got you this far.
Right.
But just as fast as we get there, once we start being all, like you say, cocky and all that other stuff, you come tumbling down. And we've seen it. We've seen it with so many different people. You're like, what happened to them?
Right.
Maybe they just did too much, said too much, or thought it was all them.
Right.
You know, because like you said, with faith, regardless of who our higher power is, once we start feeling and acting like we don't need that higher power, they'll let you go on about your business.
Right.
Go on over there and try to do it yourself. Now you're wondering why you not getting callbacks and why you not getting the type of props that you need and why you not working.
Yeah.
You know, so you're absolutely right. It's so important to stay grounded. You know, believe in yourself. Believe you can do anything. That you have the most supernatural powers in the world. But at the same time, I know that I'm still stacks.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know where I come from.
Right.
You don't mean I got to go back there and I got to stay there.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, I know exactly that I'm a human being and that I bleed blood and that who I am.
Yes.
You know, and that's the most important thing. So with the projects that you have going now, is it anything that you can talk about or?
Well, let's just say I have the next show that's coming out outside of Stars is a musical show. It's dealing with young entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And I can say it's called Growing Up.
Oh, okay. Oh. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you get to show more of your musical side.
My music side, and that's what I love. Like, I'm not acting, I'm not trying to look cute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my music, and I'm being judged on it, and great feedback. Y'all see, stay tuned.
Okay, all righty. So we want to follow you. We want to make sure that we stay in touch with you. Your social media, it's Core, what is it now?
Core Stacks. Yep.
Okay.
My Instagram is Core Stacks. My Twitter is the one. Put a number 1 in front of Core Stacks. All together, one Core Stacks. You can follow me on my fan page, Core Stacks, on Facebook as well.
Okay, all right.
Oh, and my team, J Productions. J Productions Agency.
Okay.
Doing a very good job for me, and you know.
Yeah, we got to shout out the team. Yeah. Shout out J Productions. Shout out. Yeah. Shout out. Okay, we got to. Anybody else? We got to shout out real quick. We got to tell anybody else.
DC. Shout out to DC.
DC in the building.
And make sure y'all buy my album on iTunes, Amazon. It's called Ambition Never Hustler. The green print. It has Kalina from Dirty Money on it. It has Q Parker from 112 on it as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh. All right, no problem. So you got yourself a nice little setup going on.
Yeah, I'm working on my next project now. Okay. So we getting it together.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I wish you the best. And please come by and see us at any time. And, you know, stay grounded, stay humble, but stay busy.
And I have to give it to you, a young black female doing it for yourself. Like,
oh, well, thank you.
Thank you very much. Audience. We could be all like.
There's an audience and they're clapping at home, right?
Okay. And everybody in the background, too. Like, you know, your team is doing a very good job.
Yes.
Very professional, like come in, clean, everything. Love it.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. We'll be right back. Welcome back to A Talk with Armani. I am your host, Armani Aman. And it is time for the hot topic. I am sitting here with Delyara, and we were just discussing music, today's music, and how, I don't know about you, I can't understand a thing that's being said on the radio. I can't understand it. I mean, it gets to a point where you're just like, you know what, I'd rather drive without it because I don't understand it. And it doesn't really matter what station you turn to. I mean, the easy listening stations nowadays have this music on there, and it's like, what in the heck? What are they saying?
I have no idea. I am so tired of people. Like, I can't understand what they're saying, and the messages are like ridiculous. There's no point to the songs. Like,
I have no idea.
If the beat is good.
Yeah, that's what it all comes down to. It all comes down to if you can move your butt to it, or you can pat your foot to it, or you can snap your finger to it. That has to be all that it is. The producers, the beat makers must be making a killing. They have to be making a killing. Because, I mean, these songs come out. I have a 6-year-old, and he's talking about Nene on this track. What? What is he talking about? Who is Nene? What is that? Where are we at? Who?
Superman that.
You know what I mean? And I got a dad. What? You got to do what? What is happening? Like,
you know, it's like when military sneezes, they sneeze like this, not in their arms. So I think that's exactly where it came.
It doesn't even make any sense anymore. Like, I remember back in the day, and I hope I'm not telling my age, where you could take the lyrics of a song and turn it into a letter. Like, it was a letter. Now,
it's a poem.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Future?
I don't know.
I have no idea. The only song, and you know, Future, shout out, you got a lot of money, you're doing your thing. Okay, no problem. You know, no shade. But the only song that I understood him on was on Jay-Z's and what's his name? DJ Khaled, We Got the Keys. Like, that's the only one. That's the only way you know what he's saying, and he's saying, we got the keys. Other than that, that's all. Because any other song is like, I don't know what you're saying, and I don't know what you're saying, and you don't know what I'm saying, but this is a song. Like, I really believe that's what they're saying under their breath. You know what I mean? Like, as they're going through the beat, they're like, you don't know what I'm talking about, and I know you don't know what I'm talking about. So this is, and then everybody's like, yeah, he's jamming.
I was telling you about that artist, Hobson, who, like, he actually makes fun of it. He makes videos of, like, saying that you can't understand what these rappers are saying. If you've never heard him, he's amazing, like, very, very talented as a rapper. And his message is great. Like, he talks about real things that are happening, like, in the world, in society. You know, he talks about girls posting pictures, like, for what? Like, for likes, you know what I mean? For attention, like, is that what your body's worth? You know? So he makes really great points. We don't appreciate those artists. You know what I mean?
Well, because we can understand them. See, what happens is it goes back to, you know, ignorance being bliss. Oh, no, what you talking about has just depressed me. I don't want to hear that. I want to be like, that's what I want to hear, and start jumping up and down and jamming to it. Like, hey, I know what I'm doing. Like, that's what I want to hear. You know, Donald Glover, you know, a while back, he accepted his Golden Globe for his series Atlanta. And during his acceptance speech, he shout out the Migos for Bad and Bougie. And I said, Bad and what? What is that? What are you talking about? So, okay, you know, I am a TV personality. I am a director, so I have to do my due diligence. And I have to fact check. So I go to Google.
What is Bad and Bougie?
And I look up the song Bad and Bougie. And now it actually has a Wikipedia asterisk next to it.
Oh, there
because they have been, because it was mentioned in an acceptance speech or whatever. And I don't know, it's about a girl who's bad and bougie. I think
Bougie's like,
I thought Bougie was stuck up, but she's not really stuck up. She's kind of like, she knows she hot, but I'm not really stuck up. I'm not conceited. I don't know. I don't get the jargon. What I do know is I then went further and I listened to it, and that's what the song is. It's the repeated over Bad and Bougie, talking about Bad and Bougie. So it's like, okay, now I understand why people are constantly singing these songs, why these songs are getting so hot, because we have effectively, through the music, created a cult chant. Now listen to what I'm saying to you. Every time a chorus is said, it is said more than 3 or 4 times. It is said over and over and over again. So how do kids learn? They learn by repetition. They learn by remembering. They learn from memory. That's how we learn. We learn from recitation. So because of that, we have effectively created a cult, and it's a chant that's with this music. So what's selling is not necessarily because the song is so hot. It's because when you turn it on, even if you turn it off, those first 30 seconds, you have heard the same thing over and over and over again, to the point where even if you do not like the song, you now remember and exactly what the song is about, and you will catch yourself, I guarantee you, humming it.
Yes.
It's crazy. You just like all of a sudden you like walking through like Bad and Bougie.
Even like
Bad and Bougie. Like what?
I love Rihanna. Mm-hmm. I think she's so talented, so beautiful. But work. What?
You know what? Okay, so that's we have to work, and that's we're just gonna leave it at working. You know, we have to leave it at that. I just know that we've got to do better. You know, music.
We're terrible society.
The music today has just changed so drastically. And I'm just wondering, when did it become acceptable? But I don't think it, again, I stand by my earlier statement, I don't think it has ever become acceptable. Mm-hmm. I believe it is the chant that has made it as popular as it is.
It's just being programmed.
Because we hear it over and over and over and over again. And remember, back in the day, they talked about those rock stars that used to holler and scream, and they said that there was a demonic message in it and this, that, and the third. Well, when you turn this music on today, it's almost the equivalent of it, because you hear the exact same thing over and over again. They're saying it from the top of their lungs, or they're saying it real low, like they're trying to go into your subconscious and implant, like, yeah, you're going to know I got the keys. The keys to what? What do you have the keys to, sir?
I don't have
like, can you tell me what you got the keys to? I'm asking you. I need somebody, please. You know, you can go to my website and you can participate. You can comment. I want to know, to what does he have the key?
To the streets.
To the streets. What key? What street has a key that you need to get to? Tell me, what are we talking about? So are we saying that you are the king of the streets? Is that the new, like, how, what? The key to the streets, like what? What are you talking about?
Oh, I want to know, but I just don't. You know what I mean? Like,
I want to know because I just
but
think.
I don't know.
But what is he talking about?
I don't know. He's got the keys to the streets.
Does anybody know?
He's in charge of something.
I mean, I want somebody to just like kind of go on my page and just comment or call and tell me what it is the keys to, because I really want to, you know what I mean? Like, I want to know. And then the same thing with Bad and Bougie. I mean, just tell me, you know, do you think that that was a good song to describe you? Or, I mean, you girls are walking around talking about, I'm bad and bougie.
No.
And then Fetty Wap, what was it, Trap Queen? Like, literally, he made a song about his girlfriend being basically his sidekick. Like
she's helping him make the drugs.
Yeah, so.
In the kitchen.
Yeah, so, okay.
Good for her.
All right, yes. That's one strong step for womanhood.
I know. And we praise it. Like, I don't understand. Like, we put all these celebrities on such a high stool, and they're not good role models for today's youth. And that's what's like.
It's supposed to all be entertainment. It's all supposed to be entertainment. So, you know, hopefully with it being all entertainment, we just take that from it and be entertained by it. I personally just don't know how you can get entertainment from something that you can't even understand.
Yeah, that you don't know. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much once again.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Welcome back to A Talk with Armani. You remember back in the day when we were told to think before we speak? That's what we were told. We were told it by our parents. We were told it by our teachers. We were told it by practically every single adult that we came in contact with as a child, to think before you speak. We needed to enunciate our words so that we could be heard and understood. And the more I listen to music, I'm wondering if this is not a lesson that has been taught throughout the generations. Or maybe it has. Maybe it's not as a confusing of a lingo as I think it is. Maybe they're simply not speaking my language. Maybe I'm not supposed to understand the words that are being transcribed in the song. Maybe there are messages that is beyond my generation. You know, when I sit and I listen to some of the things, even in passing, it's like, wow, is this beyond me? Have I gotten so old in my generation that I don't understand the young kids' lingo? Or is it was that it was never meant for me to understand? The bottom line is this: your entertainment is your entertainment. What you take from it is simply your treasure. You know, whether I listen to another Future song or another Fetty Wap song or even another Kanye West song doesn't really matter. It's what it's if as long as we interpret it for what it's meant to be, and that's entertainment. That's the main thing. One person said when they were talking about a star, there's no way that somebody could do all the things that they claim they've done in their music and still be alive. We have to know when fact is fact and fiction is fiction. Make sure that you make the decision for yourself. Thank you once again for joining me. I look forward to joining you next week. And if you want, you can go to my website, A Talk with Armani. You can leave your comments or post your questions. Feel free to send me an email at armani@atalkwitharmani.com or even leave me a message at 1-855-7-ARMANI. Any way you need to get in contact with me about this show, previous shows, or if you have an idea for a show, feel free to do that. Until then, take care. I'll see you soon.